The black meteor descended from the broken ceiling of the Library of Universes. It was not just a rock. It was a massive ball of despair. It was the size of a moon. It glowed with ominous purple veins. The air in the library became heavy. It was hard to breathe. It felt like the gravity had increased by 100 times. But it was not gravity. It was pressure. The pressure of a tragic ending. The pressure of a game over screen. Goku looked up at the meteor. His silver hair flowed in the wind. He was still in Ultra Instinct. He gritted his teeth. This energy is different, Goku said. It is not ki. It is not magic. It feels cold. It feels like sadness. Vegeta flew up next to him. He wiped blood from his lip. I don't care what it feels like, Vegeta yelled. We just have to blow it up. Vegeta charged a final flash. The yellow energy crackled in his hands. It grew bigger and bigger. Mickey Mouse stood on the ground. He looked at his white glove. He looked at the meteor. He looked at Sephiroth sitting on the world tree. Mickey sighed. He adjusted his red shorts. This is outside of my jurisdiction, Mickey said. I deal with copyrights. I do not deal with planetary destruction. That is an insurance nightmare. Mickey snapped his fingers. A small mouse hole appeared in the air. Good luck, gentlemen, Mickey said. Try not to die. The mouse jumped into the hole and vanished. The heroes were alone. The Western heroes were gone. The publisher was defeated. Now there was only the one-winged angel. Sephiroth looked down from the branch of Yggdrasil. He held his long sword Masamune. The blade was 7 feet long. It shimmered with a pale light. Sephiroth smiled. It was a cruel smile, a beautiful smile. Shall I give you despair? Sephiroth asked. His voice was soft. It sounded like a violin playing a sad song. Vegeta fired the final flash. Han! Ah! The massive beam of yellow light shot up. It hit the bottom of the black meteor. Boom! The explosion was deafening. Smoke covered the sky. But when the smoke cleared, the meteor was still there. It did not have a scratch. It was still falling. Vegeta's eyes widened. Impossible, Vegeta said. That was full power. Sephiroth laughed gently. You cannot break destiny with brute force, Sephiroth said. That meteor is the plot. It is inevitable. Goku flew up. I will stop it. Goku flew right at the meteor. He put his hands on the surface of the rock. He pushed. His muscles bulged. His silver aura flared. He tried to push the meteor back into space, but it was too heavy. It kept pushing him down. Goku groaned. It is heavy. Saitama looked up. He shaded his eyes with his hand. That is a big meatball, Saitama said. It looks burnt. I don't like burnt food. Saitama bent his knees. He jumped. The floor of the library shattered. Saitama flew up like a rocket. He clenched his red glove. He punched the meteor. Pop! The sound was like a thunderclap. A giant crack appeared on the meteor. Rocks fell off. The meteor stopped falling for a second. Everyone cheered. But then purple energy flowed out of the cracks. The energy acted like glue. It pulled the rocks back together. The cracks healed. The meteor started falling again. Saitama landed back on the ground. He looked at his fist. Huh, Saitama said. It fixed itself. That is cheating. Ainz Ooal gown adjusted his robe. He looked at the meteor with his magical senses. It is not regenerating, Ainz said. It is resetting. That object is locked in a time loop. It is a scripted event. In a video game, you cannot destroy the cutscene objects until the cutscene is over. We are stuck in his cinematic. Anos Voldigoad stepped forward. A cutscene, Anos asked. How boring. I do not wait for scenes to finish. I skip them. Anos raised his hand. He summoned his sword Venus Donoa, the abolisher of reason. The sword was dark and jagged. It destroyed the laws of reality just by existing. Anos flew up. He slashed at the air. He did not slash the meteor. He slashed the distance between the meteor and the tree. He cut the logic that connected Sephiroth to the attack. Sephiroth looked surprised. He raised his Masamune. He blocked Anos's invisible slash. Clang. The sound of metal hitting metal echoed. The impact created a shockwave that blew away 1,000 books. "You are interesting," Sephiroth said. "You defy the rules." Anos smiled. "I am the rules." Sephiroth stood up on the branch. He spread his wing. He only had one wing on his right side. It was black. Feathers fell from it. As the feathers touched the ground, they turned into black flames. "Let us dance," Sephiroth said. He jumped. He moved so fast he disappeared. He appeared in front of Ichigo. Ichigo was in his Horn of Salvation form. He raised his 2 swords. Sephiroth swung Masamune. It was a downward slash. Ichigo blocked with both blades. Crack! The ground beneath Ichigo collapsed. Ichigo's knees buckled. The weight of the sword was immense. It was not just heavy physically. It felt heavy spiritually. Ichigo gritted his teeth. "Why is your sword so heavy?" Ichigo asked. "It looks thin." Sephiroth pressed down. "It carries the weight of memories," Sephiroth said. "The memories of those I have lost. Can you bear it?" Ichigo roared. "I don't care about your memories. Getsuga. Tensho." Ichigo fired a point-blank black energy wave. Sephiroth did not dodge. He just tilted his blade. The energy wave slid off his sword and hit the wall. It sliced a row of books in half. Sephiroth kicked Ichigo in the chest. Ichigo flew back and crashed into Naruto. Naruto caught Ichigo. "Are you okay?" Naruto asked. Ichigo nodded. "He is strong. He is faster than Aizen." Naruto entered barrier mode again. His chakra cloak burned like a nuclear fusion. "I will handle him," Naruto said. Naruto ran at Sephiroth. He used his chakra tails to grab the longsword. The tails wrapped around the blade. "Got you!" Naruto yelled. Sephiroth spun. He spun so fast he became a tornado. The blade sliced through the chakra tails like they were butter. Naruto jumped back. His chakra tails regenerated. "Sharp," Naruto said. "Too sharp." Luffy activated Gear 5. He turned white. He laughed. "Shishishi, that sword is too long. You are overcompensating." Luffy grew giant. He tried to stomp on Sephiroth. Sephiroth looked up at the giant foot. He held his hand up. He did not use his sword. He used magic. Shadow flare. Orbs of dark energy appeared around Luffy. They exploded. Boom, boom, boom. Purple fire burned Luffy. Luffy shrank back to normal size. He was smoking. "Ouch," Luffy said. "That fire is cold." Rimuru Tempest analyzed the magic. Raphael Rimuru thought, "What is that?" Answer: it is non-elemental magic. It ignores defense stats. It attacks the soul directly. Rimuru turned into his slime form. He jumped at Sephiroth. Gluttony, God Azathoth. Rimuru tried to eat Sephiroth. He opened his giant mouth. Sephiroth looked at the slime. Disgusting, Sephiroth said. He cast a spell. Pale Horse. A status effect hit Rimuru. Rimuru felt his body turn stiff. He turned into stone. He fell to the ground with a clunk. "Rimuru!" Jinwoo yelled. Jinwoo summoned his shadows. Igris, Beru, Belian. The shadow army rose. They were pitch black. They charged at Sephiroth. Sephiroth looked at the shadows. "More puppets," he said. He swung Masamune horizontally. One slash. A beam of white light flew out. It cut through the entire army. The shadows were dispelled instantly. They turned into smoke. Jinwoo felt a pain in his head. "My mana," Jinwoo said. "He drained my mana in one hit." Gojo Satoru floated forward. He took off his blindfold completely. His blue eyes glowed. "You are making a mess," Gojo said. "I don't like messes." Gojo pointed his finger. "Curse technique reversal. Red." A red ball of repulsive gravity shot at Sephiroth. Sephiroth watched it come. He did not block. He just stood there. The red ball hit him. It passed right through him. Gojo paused. What? Sephiroth smiled. I am a memory, Sephiroth said. You cannot touch a memory. Sephiroth pointed his sword at Gojo. Sudden cruelty. Slash. Gojo felt a cut on his chest. Blood sprayed. Gojo looked down. He was bleeding. His infinity barrier was active. But the cut appeared inside the barrier. He cut reality, Gojo realized. He didn't travel through the space. He cut the coordinate itself. Goku landed next to Gojo. He is tough, Goku said. He is like a ghost. The meteor was getting closer. It was only a few 100 feet above them now. The library was crumbling. We have to hurry, Vegeta yelled. Sephiroth floated up to the meteor. He merged into it. He stood on the surface of the falling rock. The time for games is over, Sephiroth said. Let me show you the truth of the universe. The world around them changed. The library vanished. The white floor vanished. Suddenly, they were in space. They were floating in the solar system. They saw the sun. They saw the planets. They saw Jupiter. They saw Mars. What is this illusion? Ainz asked. It is not an illusion. Sephiroth's voice echoed from everywhere. It is supernova. Sephiroth appeared in the distance. He was floating in front of the sun. He raised his hands. Mathematical equations appeared in space. They were complex formulas. They were calculating the destruction of the solar system. The sun started to expand. It turned blue, then it turned white. The gravity of the sun pulled the planets in. Mercury was swallowed. Venus was swallowed. The Earth was next. This is bad, Saitama said. I keep my coupons on Earth. The supernova explosion rushed toward the heroes. It was a wave of pure destruction. It was hotter than 1 billion suns. Goku stepped forward. Everyone get behind me, Goku yelled. Goku charged the Kamehameha, but he mixed it with Ultra Instinct. It was a silver Kamehameha. Vegeta joined him. Gamma burst flash. Naruto used a tailed beast bomb. Ichigo used a Gran Ray Zero. Luffy used a Bajrang gun. They fired everything they had at the supernova. The two forces clashed, the wave of fire against the wave of anime power. The silence was absolute. Then the sound hit. It was a sound that shattered dimensions. The heroes were pushed back. Their clothes were burning. Their skin was blistering. The heat was too much. Sephiroth laughed. Disappear. The supernova consumed them. Darkness. Is this it? Naruto thought. Am I dead? No, not yet. A blue light shone in the darkness. It was Ainz' Ooal gown. He was holding a cash shop item. It was an hourglass. Super Tier Magicon shouted, fallen down. But he didn't cast it on the enemy. He cast it on the supernova. He used the logic of the spell to overwrite the environment. The white light of fallen down clashed with the fire of supernova. It created a pocket of safety. Anos Voldigoad stood inside the pocket. He looked annoyed. He brushed ash off his shoulder. He destroyed the solar system just to attack us, Anos said. That is inefficient. Anos looked at the mathematical formulas floating in the space. You calculate death, Anos said, but you forgot one variable. Anos grabbed a formula with his hand. He crushed the numbers. Me. Anos used his magic. Source of destruction. He injected his chaotic magic into the math of the supernova. The equations turned red. They started to glitch. 1 + 1 became 0. Gravity became marshmallows. Heat became cold. The supernova imploded. It turned into a tiny ball of light and vanished. The illusion broke. They were back in the library. The meteor was gone. Sephiroth was standing on the floor. He looked shocked. You cancelled my limit break, Sephiroth said. Saitama appeared behind Sephiroth. Is it my turn? Saitama asked. Sephiroth turned around. He swung his sword. Saitama caught the blade between his fingers. "Nice knife," Saitama said, "but you hold it too tight." Saitama snapped the blade. Ting! The top half of Masamune broke off. It spun in the air and stuck into the floor. Sephiroth looked at his broken sword. He looked at Saitama. "What are you?" Sephiroth whispered. Saitama pulled back his fist. "I am a hero for fun. Serious series. Serious headbutt." Saitama headbutted Sephiroth. Boom! Sephiroth flew back. He hit the world tree. The impact was so hard the tree cracked. The giant Yggdrasil split down the middle. Sephiroth slid down the trunk. He fell to the floor. His one wing was broken. He tried to stand up. He coughed. Black liquid came out of his mouth. It was ink. He was not flesh and blood. He was made of story ink. Goku walked up to him. "You were strong," Goku said, "but you were too sad. You can't win if you don't enjoy the fight." Sephiroth looked up. His eyes were fading. "I will never be a memory," Sephiroth whispered. He started to dissolve. He turned into black feathers. The feathers floated into the air and vanished. The world tree started to glow. The crack in the middle opened wide. It was not a broken tree anymore. It was a gate. A bright white light shone from inside the tree. The heroes shielded their eyes. "Is this the exit?" Luffy asked. "No," Vegeta said. He sensed the energy coming from the gate. It was pure. It was ancient. "This is the entrance." "Entrance to what?" Ichigo asked. The Grand Priest's voice echoed from the light. "Congratulations, warriors. You have passed the semi-finals. You have defeated the external threats. You have defeated the genre shifts. You have defeated the copyrights. Now you must face the final stage." The light engulfed them. They were pulled into the tree. They floated in a river of light. They saw images of every anime universe. They saw the Hidden Leaf Village. They saw Namek. They saw the Grand Line. They saw Soul Society. They landed on a platform. It was a simple stone ring. It was floating in a void of stars. There were no walls, no ceiling, just the infinite cosmos. Standing in the center of the ring was a small figure. He was floating. He had a football-shaped head. He was colorful. He looked like a child's drawing. It was Zeno, the Omni King. But there were two of them. No, 3, 4. There were hundreds of Xenos. They were floating all around the ring. And in the center stood the Grand Priest. But he was not smiling. He looked serious. "Welcome to the stage of Null," the Grand Priest said. "This is where universes are born, and where they die." Goku looked at the Xenos. "Hey, Zen-chan." Goku waved. The Xenos did not wave back. They stared at Goku with blank eyes. "Something is wrong," Goku said. "They aren't acting like Zen-chan." Vegeta looked at the Grand Priest. "What is the final challenge?" Vegeta asked. "Who do we fight?" The Grand Priest raised his staff. "You do not fight an enemy," the Grand Priest said. "You fight the truth." A giant mirror appeared in the center of the ring. It was a dark mirror. It reflected the heroes. But the reflections were wrong. Goku's reflection was crying. Vegeta's reflection was kneeling. Naruto's reflection was alone. Luffy's reflection was in chains. "The mirror of origin," the Grand Priest said. "It shows your end. To win the tournament, you must defeat your own destiny." Suddenly, the mirror cracked. A hand reached out from the glass. It was a hand made of golden light. It grabbed Goku's reflection by the throat. A figure stepped out of the mirror. He looked like Goku, but he was wearing the Grand Priest's clothes. He had a halo behind his head. His eyes were white. "I'm the end," Goku said. "I'm the Goku who achieved everything," and realized there was nothing left. Vegeta's reflection stepped out. He was wearing the clothes of a king, but his crown was broken. "I am the king of nothing, Vegeta said. Naruto's reflection stepped out. He was an old man. The village was destroyed behind him. Peace is a lie, the old Naruto said. Every hero faced a twisted version of their future self. The Grand Priest floated up. The final battle begins now. Survive your fate, or be erased. Goku looked at the angel Goku. You look strong, Goku said, but you look bored. The angel Goku did not smile. I am perfection, he said, and perfection is silent. The angel Goku raised his hand. A ball of white energy appeared. It was not ki. It was existence erasure energy. Hakai. Goku went true ultra instinct. Let's see if perfection can bleed, Goku yelled. He charged at his future self. The anime war has reached its climax. To be continued in episode 16.